It is no surprise that our lives all look pretty different. Think about a neighborhood. You have 3 houses in a row: a blue house, a yellow house, and a white house. Like a small one, not like a governmental one. Inside the blue house, you have a family of 4. Let's say one parent works a salaried 9-to-5 job and brings home a paycheck once a month, and the other parent stays home with the 2 kiddos. They bring in the exact same amount of money every month on the exact same date, and they can always count on it. Their pay cycle? Same amount, regular schedule. In the yellow house, you have a young couple who both work an hourly job. They both get paid twice a month. One is paid on the 1st and the 15th, while the other is paid on the 10th and the 25th. But because their jobs fluctuate from week to week, they never actually know how much their paychecks will be. One week they seem to be fighting for hours, while the next week they are working overtime until they drop. Their pay cycle: changing amounts, regular schedule. And lastly, in the White House lives a freelancer who books contracted work. The amount per contract varies with each project, and while one month they may have 1 client, the next month they're trying to juggle 5 clients at one time. This pay cycle is changing amounts, unpredictable schedule. You fall into one of these 3 categories, and you may be under the impression that your pay cycle makes it impossible for you to budget. Rest assured, YNAB works on any pay cycle. And today I'm going to help you reframe your view on your pay cycle that shows you that you indeed can budget on any income and any pay cycle. Our biggest secret? Rule 1 of the YNAB method: give every dollar a job. The gist goes like this. When you're paid, no matter when or how much, you decide what you'll do with your money before you spend it. Wait, what? You kidding? Are you pulling my leg? Is that real? Yeah. Yeah. The keywords there are when you're paid. When money arrives, that's when you budget. We're not gonna forecast based on projected income because, as we all know, our income is never fully guaranteed. Instead, we only work with the real dollars in the bank right now. And because you only budget what you have, it doesn't actually matter when or how much you get paid. Your budgeting cycle will match your pay cycle. Your pay cycle simply impacts what you do when you budget. This is the key thing I want you to remember. You can budget as far as the money will take you. If you have a small amount of money, you may not be able to budget for the entire month. Think about the young couple in the yellow house. They will budget multiple times a month every time they get paid. If you have a little more money, you may be able to budget for the entire month, like the family in the blue house. And if you make a lot of money at once, like the fellow in the White House, you may be able to cover a few months at once. You guys know what I'm doing. We're gonna start with the couple in the yellow house. They make an irregular amount of money, but it's on a predictable schedule. It is May 1st, and they're starting out the month with $500 in their checking account. As you can see, they've created a budget template by adding a goal for every category to remind them what they need to budget for each month. By the way, if the idea of a budget template sounds new or intriguing to you, we have a video that teaches you how to make your very own budget template to make your budget match your exact needs and lifestyle. So far this month, they haven't budgeted out any money yet, which is why their categories are yellow. The yellow is your budget reminding you that these categories need money. With only $500 in their checking, they won't be able to budget for the entire month right now, so let's see how far this money will take them. But first, we always start with this question. What does this money need to do before more money arrives? So we're gonna start to fill out the budget: electric, internet, auto loan, and I'm gonna put 80 in groceries and 40 in transportation. And there you have it. We've already reached 0 in our to be budgeted category, which means that every dollar we have right now has been given a job. So they funded their electric and internet bills as well as paid the car loan because these are expenses that are happening this week and they have to be paid in full right on time. However, you may have noticed they only budgeted part way for groceries and for transportation. This is because they just need enough money in these categories to make it through the next week or so until they're paid again. You don't need a fully funded grocery category at the start of the month, but you do need to pay those bills. So they're gonna budget out just enough in those more flexible categories to carry them through to the next time they get paid. When they are paid again, they'll add that money into their budget and start to distribute the money where it needs to go. So they'll probably throw in more to groceries, a little more in transportation, and cover any bills that are due that week. So to recap, they will get paid 4 times a month, so they're gonna budget out their money 4 times a month. Each time they budget, their only goal is to fund all of their expenses for that week and that week alone. If they happen to have money left over, they can totally budget into the next week, but their only goal is to fund the days right in front of them until the next paycheck comes. But what if instead of having $500 in your checking account at the start of the month, you had $3,000? Let's look at what budgeting looks like for the blue house that receives regular income on a predictable schedule. Oh, blue writes so much better than yellow. What's the dealio? I could work in the 100-acre woods with this handwriting. So we're gonna go ahead and change our starting balance to $3,000 because that's what the blue house makes at the start of each month. Assuming that you have all your categories organized from top priority to lowest priority, or due soonest to due least soonest, the blue house would still have started in the same place in their budget. At the top, budgeting for the biggest needs first, and then working their way down to the more flexible, less pivotal expenses. But now, the blue house actually has another $2,500 to be budgeted, so they can budget further. How far will this money take them? Fun fact, if they select all their categories at once and have a goal assigned to each one, they can slide over to the handy underfunded quick budgeting tool. And then they can see that based on their goal, they'll need another $2,207.50 to finish budgeting for this month. They definitely have enough money to do that, so they can go ahead and click on this underfunded button to fund all their goals for the whole month. Not only were they able to budget through the entire month, but they still have $292.50 left to be budgeted. One of the best feelings in the entire world. So now, what should those extra dollars do? Maybe they'll add $200 to auto maintenance because they realize they have an inspection coming up and they are well aware that their car is definitely gonna need some work done. And the last $92.50, throw it in the vacation category. Who's gonna complain about that? For the blue house, that money took them all the way through this month and then some. And lastly, let's hop over to the White House, which sounds a lot cooler than it's gonna be. Imagine the owner is a freelancer and just got a really big check, or maybe he's a real estate broker and just made a big sale. He's got $9,000, but that money needs to last him a while because he's not sure when more money will arrive. So let's change that starting balance again and walk through this scenario. For security, it would be great if this money could last him 3 months. Remember, he can budget as far as the money will take him. So we've already budgeted for May, let's go ahead and move to June. If he selects all of his categories again, he can see that he budgeted $3,000 last month. Considering all of his expenses are the same, let's do that again. He'll just click on Budgeted Last Month in the Quick Budget menu and bam! Now he's budgeted for all of June. But oh, happy day, there's still $3,000 left to be budgeted. So, can you take a whack at what we're gonna do next? He clicks into July and goes ahead and does the exact same thing. So let's review what just happened. It's May, he gets $9,000, so he budgets for May, June, and July with the money from his big real estate check. Our little friend at the White House is confidently covered for the next 3 months. If you're a freelancer or a real estate agent or any occupation where your income is unpredictable and variable, imagine the peace of mind this could give you. Not to mention, if something were to happen and you lost your job or society took a hard financial hit, you have time to respond. It's not an end of the world crisis, it's kinda just another month. Our friend in the White House doesn't need to worry about accidentally blowing his big check because after budgeting, he'll make his spending decisions by checking his budget categories, not by checking his bank account. That is what makes budgeting work. While the bank may tell him, you have $8,000 in your checking account, his budget's gonna tell him, yeah, but you actually only have $20 left for dining out this month. Are you sure you wanna go through that drive-thru? His budget tells him exactly how much he has for every category each month, so that roller coaster called variable income is pretty evened out. And since those dollars he budgeted out all the way to July won't be getting spent for a good long while, they're just gonna sit in his budget and get older. This is how we age our money. And bonus, he also focused on building up his true expenses each month. These are the non-monthly bills and expenses that happen to everyone and kind of catch us totally off guard. So the dollars will build up in these categories until the time comes for them to be spent. That money also ages as it waits to do its job. This is how you get good security and eliminate any worries or concerns about when you're paid. The more you embrace your budget, the further ahead you'll be able to get with your money. And the further ahead you get with your money, the more secure you are. Fear starts to dissipate and confidence starts to settle in. That's a good feeling. So determine what pay cycle you are on and what your budget needs to look like to fit your lifestyle. Our lives, our needs, our expenses are all radically different. So take comfort in the fact that how you approach your monthly budget might look totally different from the guy next door. But we all have one thing in common. We're giving every dollar a job. We'll see you guys next week. Just gotta say, look how cool my chalky paper towels are. This is total art. This is a Hannah original right here. Find my Etsy shop where I sell chalky paper towels. I call this one Vision in Chalk. In this King Triton's lair. Do you think I could sell this for $1,200?